Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have another trade. This time it's going to be a blockbuster. It's Jazz Chisholm Jr. going to the New York Yankees from the Miami Marlins. Blake, before we get into the full trade, what was your first reaction to this one?
Yeah, this is a big ad for the Yankees. He can play some center field, can play some infield, left-handed pop. Um, we talked about the Yankees over the last few years, how they kind of got away from the left-handed power bats, not power bats, left-handed bats in general at Yankee Stadium for that short porch. And this year they've really solidified that need, right? They bring in Verdugo, Juan Soto, Trent Grisham. Now they add a guy like Jazz Chisholm, super athletic. Obviously, he has had some injuries in the past. That's something to keep an eye on for sure. His health risks, I guess. But yeah, this is a really big bat for them to get. He's got some control, and it's going to provide some jump offensively at the top of that lineup. I'd imagine he would bat leadoff, to be honest.
Yeah, we're going to get to how the Yankees are looking these days in just a moment.
Yep.
First, let's check out the full trade. It will be Jazz Chisholm going to the Yankees for Augustine Ramirez, Jared Serna, and Abraham Ramirez. Um, Two of those three go right into the Marlins top 10 of their pipeline. Augustine Ramirez slides in at 4. He's a power hitting catcher, and Jared Serna, who's a shortstop second baseman, slides into 8. So both of these guys are expected to be on the Marlins in the next couple of years, with Ramirez being an ETA of 2025, so next season, and Cerna in 2026, so the following season after that. The Marlins just are doing Marlins things. They've traded a young player that is one of their stars. Once again, we've seen it in the past.
Yep.
Stanton, Yelich, Azuna, Real Muto.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep the list going.
Arias.
Yeah, so they it's a new GM once again. Who knows what this GM is trying to do here? They just made the playoffs last season, I believe, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they lost to the Phillies. So, yeah, things didn't click early this season. All of a sudden, they're gonna go off the rails here, and I wouldn't say restart, but that's what it looks like it's about to be is a restart.
Were
So.
you surprised that they didn't get one of the big Yankees top prospects like Jones or maybe Dominguez? I was like, for what they gave up, I thought that was pretty light, to be honest.
Yeah, I think with Josh Chisholm's health concerns, just being that he doesn't stay healthy
Right.
year in and year out, I
Mhm.
think that kind of hurt them. And these discussions, they still did very, very well for themselves. I
Yep.
mean, 4 and 8 slide right into your pipeline there. You know, these guys already have a pretty deep pipeline, in my opinion, and some young players. So
Yep.
maybe it was a character thing too. Maybe the new GM just wasn't as big of a fan as Jazz. He's definitely a character and he's outgoing and he speaks his mind. So
Mhm.
maybe that's just not what they wanted the new brand of Marlins baseball to look like. And plus, they've moved him from second base to the outfield,
Yep.
and now he's gonna move from the outfield back to the infield with the Yankees most likely.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a obviously talented player, but he's interesting. So let's go over to the Yankees depth chart here via Fangraphs. They do have him playing center field here. This looks a little off to me. Obviously, they're going to get Stanton back at some point. They're going to get Rizzo back at some point. So they already have Trent Grisham. They already have Verdugo. They have um, Soto, obviously, and Judge. So that outfield's pretty full. I would imagine he plugs in right at second base. And then, potentially Gleyber Torres goes and he maybe plays third base. Right now, LeMahieu's playing third and first. It's a team that needs infielders. I'm sure we'll see either Jahmai Jones or JD Davis off this team tomorrow when Jazz gets activated. But all in all, I would assume that he plays second base
Mhm.
because Gleyber Torres is a free agent at the end of the year.
Yep.
So this guy has multiple years of control. Maybe he's your second baseman of the future. Him and Volpe up the middle for at least 3 seasons. Sounds pretty good to me. But where do you think the Yankees go from here?
Where do they go from here? they could use some pitching. I like their offense. Like may if I was them, maybe you can upgrade your catcher spot. Like that's obviously a need. Like Danny Jansen would have been a good fit with this team. He just got traded to the Red Sox. We're going to be doing a video on that here in a bit, but like that would have been a pretty good fit with this roster. But 1 through 3 there, you can mix and match them any way you want. That's a pretty solid three-headed monster there at the top. I'm with you. I think Torres does slide over to third base. DJ LeMahieu, obviously, not the player he once was. He's pushing 37 years old. So he's more of like a complimentary player, I guess, kind of bench role, I would imagine. But yeah, they could definitely use a little more depth and an upgrade at catcher for me.
Yeah. We saw a catcher get moved today and Danny Jansen going to the rival Red Sox. So
Yeah.
we're actually gonna do a video on that in a minute here. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. It's a big move. This is a very big move.
Yep.
Saw Rosarena get traded. We saw Chisholm. I'm excited for the deadline. I think there's gonna be some surprises. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys for listening and watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.